And we are back at the famed Silverstone circuit in Great Britain. And the person who has the best British accent is my co-host, Lexi Plumley.
Well, hello. I'm so glad to be back for another week of iRacing. But, you know, Dad, I'm not the best British accenter.
Accenter. Yes.
So,
Linguists? Accent? I'm not sure. All right, let's get to the racing. All right, so here we are at Silverstone. There it is on the screen, so you can see how we are for week 3, which is the legacy track that there is on iRacing. There is a newer version, which we'll be using next season. And the track temperature today is 105 degrees, so not quite so easy on the tires. But we're talking about the weather, Lexi.
England, Silverstone, 78 degrees, 55% humidity, partly cloudy, and 4 miles per hour. It's like always.
It is. Yeah, if you guys are caught on to that, every single week we use the same parameters for the weather. So as the cars are starting to grid up, let's talk about the actual cars. So here we are. And there it went. And here we are again with Josh Wheeler again on the pole with the 146.2, which is a blistering time. Right after him is Jesse Olsen in second, Andrew Gaterick in third, and Bradley Alvis in fourth. Justin Hall just outside the 1 second mark, still riding with and driving with one hand, is in fifth. Daniel Ciro in sixth. Junie Thompson, who's the new Bob Blucher, is in seventh. Dean Dibdall in eighth, but we'll start from the pits today from an incident that happened on the first lap of Daytona, so we'll be serving that penalty. Ninth place is Chris Wells, moving up in time, so he felt really comfortable with his car. Eric is in 10th. Bjorn is in 11th. Nicholas in 12th. Banana Man in 13th. Michael in 14th. Tom in 15th. Matt Jackson in 16th. And he was the last time to have that was posted. And the rest of the guys that we have out here did not take any times, which was Brian Costantino, who was with us for a couple races a few seasons ago. Justin Barrera, not sure if he'll make the actual race, but Kevin Medina, Zane Plumley, and Aaron Nash jumped in at the last minute there. So, all right, looks like the cars are starting to grid up. And let's go ahead and get a good view of what we're going. Let's get a little bit closer. There we go. We see some of the cars that are around. There is our pole sitter right there, Josh Wheeler. As you can tell that there's quite a variety of cars this week. With our pole sitter, which is actually the Mercedes AMG GT3. So there goes the pace car as they got a short parade lap.
Looks like we have hot dogs, hamburgers, french fries, maybe tots tonight. And
Are you talking about the McLaren again?
yeah, and I'm guessing roasted gummy bears.
Yep, I believe we will have some roasted gummy bears.
That sounds good.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. All right, so as the cars are coming around, here you can see that all G3 cars, another great large grid that we have here this week, so some great competition, which you will see coming through as we get the track map going.
And the pace car is off in a different direction, leaving all 3,000 cars behind.
That's right, they're waiting, and it looks like the green flag has dropped. And Josh Wheeler out in front, where he started, and a lot of shuffling. Oh man, going 3 wide through the first turn. Wow, now they're starting to go 2 by 2. Everyone seems to go through. Oh, someone looked like they got in the back of Matt Jackson. So short straight through here as we come through this section called Maggots and Beckett's. I'm not sure why they call it that. It should be called Bangers and Mash as many times as these people have went off during the race. And Josh is right there out in taking a big lead out front. The Mercedes is a little bit better on full tires to deal with than some of the mid-engine cars, which like to, kind of put the back end first in some of these corners. Andrew's putting a lot of pressure on Jesse as they're coming around from the back straight, which is the longest section of the track, in through this part here into a quick, right left here. It's not quite a bus stop, more of a windy jump on the bus before the door closes stop, as it unwinds here and is a long right-hander, which is so hard on those tires. and trying to get grip. So you'll probably see a few people having some difficulties as the race goes on, going through that section. As they come through here back into the stadium section after this set of second gear S's, we'll go under the bridge. What you got, Lex?
Go down the leaderboard.
Well, not yet. Well, leaderboard's almost about the same as where it started. No one's gone off yet, and that's a good thing. But we will bring up. Oh, I keep getting my things mixed up. There we go.
That's the leaderboard.
Yes, that is the leaderboard, and I lost my track, man.
Oh. I think we need to have one at a time.
I don't know. I think I need to hire somebody to actually be, you know, the guy who runs all the buttons all at the same time, so that way I can concentrate on talking. All right, so maybe new guy will come over. So everyone's going to be posting. So we see the lap times come out to the side right there. When they are green, that is that person's individual lap. When it is purple, it is the fastest lap of the race. You can keep an eye on that. So from here on out, because that's everyone's fast lap, maybe the second lap, as long as there's no incidents, everyone should post green again now that they're coming up to speed. But later in the race, you might see some green times slide out to the sides of a lot of the drivers that are there, and that'll show you that they're actually increasing in speed as the race goes on. You can talk.
Okay.
You were looking at me like you wanted to talk.
So, you guys don't know this, but like, my dad's drinking bourbon.
Oh man, she's calling me out. Well, I was told by a lot of the league members that I should not drink on race night, but I should definitely drink on the commentary night. So, all right. So how about we get to this? So we have Aaron Nash in here, who was one of the guys who started in the back of the pack, didn't take a time, up to 12th position already, moving up 9 places from the start in his BMW M4, being followed by Brian right after that in the Lamborghini. So these guys, having not come in and race with us every single week, just shows up, but very happy to have these guys as they're going head to head. Michael Cochran, who started towards the back as well, made up 9 spaces already. So Aaron and Michael making up 9 spaces, which is absolutely crazy. Chris Wells did not have a good start, unfortunately. Sorry to call you out there, buddy, but you did fall 8 spots there, but I'm pretty sure that you're not going to enter. Oh, no, contact between Brian and Aaron. Oh, man, that is not the way to do that, but it looked like Banana Man actually got the best of that, but runs it wide, and as they keep going through here, 2 and 3 wide around every single corner, Josh Wheeler throws a 147 down, so he is wanting to get out there quick. Yep, and there is Matt Jackson, who is going with the, oh no, Aaron Nash off track. I hope the damage did not hurt him from that little bit of contact. I mean, it shouldn't have. It really wasn't. Yeah, it really wasn't that really hard of a hit. It should have hurt Brian's car a little bit more. But there's Matt Jackson in the all black Audi he's running for this week. So after some flashy paint schemes, he's going basic black or tactical black. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe you can put a comment down there and tell us what the theme was and why he chose that livery for today. So here we are going single file. So Brian looks like he might have a slowdown penalty. So he got the course and has to give up some time for some of these guys as they're getting ready to go 2 and 3 wide through the backstretch turn. And there's a good shot at Chris Wells there as he has already made up a little bit at one spot from where he was before, but definitely needs to get back up there. He's going to take his time. He likes to have a very clean race, and with that, try to move up the leaderboard and take advantage of other people's mistakes. Right behind him is Tom Jessen, giving him a lot of trouble as well, who just talked to him, even though his profile said he lives in Nashville, will be going to the Martin Sports Car Club event coming up this Sunday. So if you guys are there, say hi to Tom. I'm not sure what he drives in it, but I'm definitely sure that what he drives for Martin is not going to be a black and pink BMW M4. And if it is, that's great, because then I want to drive it too. Would you want to drive that car, Lex? The pink one.
Pink one?
Yeah. All right, so we still have a lot of battles going on. Let's check in. So here is Daniel, who is giving chase to Junie Thompson, and we should see him coming into the screen. So
What a Muppet on the back of the car.
I don't know what that is. But Daniel going with the Mercedes as well, and maybe we'll pick one of the Mercedes to take a lap with a little bit later in car, so you can hear the thunderous sound of that magnificent engine that they've planted. So Michael Cochran also moving up as well. Let's check in with him. There he is. So he's back to the BMW in a basic maroon color as he is giving chase to Bradley, who is up in a podium position right now. But let's check where the race lead is right now, which is Jesse Olsen, who is now caught up to Josh Wheeler and has got it under a second. Not a lot of drafting opportunities here at Silverstone with these cars. A lot of guys are also using a higher downforce than they were at Daytona, of course, just a short time ago. So Daniel moves up over Junie Thompson and into 8th place, goes through there. All right, back on Brian. I hit the camera mode that says exciting, so he must think that Brian is exciting as it's jumping around. There's Junie. We just took another trip to Burger King, and hopefully, Junie, Eric!
Eric, you just took a break of beer.
He cut his hair, and he looks like he's claiming a party foul, spilling a beer right there.
That looks like that bum is broken.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to find out about that.
That's an awesome picture. Also,
Yep.
He did not cut his hair because that last picture was not him.
No, it was him. It was a wig, I think. But some say that Eric likes to rap to the Beastie Boys with Bradley as they race.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll tell you later. So, if you guys happen to catch Shut Up and Drive It stream, they do stream every race from in-car, from Eric's car, and they also have the Discord chat up. So it's very entertaining. If you guys want to go check that out, hit like and watch that stream as well, the race for a different perspective. It's a lot of fun, and if you do catch this week's, you will catch another rendition of some sort of Beastie Boys rap that's in there as well. So all right, so there's Andrew coming through on Eric, or trying to, but Eric's not giving up that spot whatsoever as they go through the maggots and what, they're not? No, are they? Nope, they're not. They're actually coming out of that large turn back into this, getting ready to go into the bridge for the stadium section. There we go. Andrew was up front. I think he had a little bit of slide in turn 1, and is now trying to make up his ground again after losing 4 spots.
Shut up and drive it. I'm sorry, but I don't think I will be making it to that little race of ours.
No?
I have to practice.
Yeah, that is true. You do have to practice for this type of sport. So here are the cameo guys, Aaron and Brian, giving chase. So normally these guys have actually won races in the past with us, and I think what they're maybe figuring out is with everyone racing every week for the past year, since we've seen some of these guys, their league's actually getting faster and stronger, which is good. So maybe they thought they'd just jump in and grab a quick victory, but they do have some competition, definitely with those first 4 or 5 guys, which are throwing down some amazing times, like down in the 147s, running wide, just a little bit past the rumble strip, a little bit of dirt there for the Lamborghini, but hangs on to it as they go through the twisty sections again of Bangers and Mash. We're going to call it Bangers and Mash now. You know what Bangers and Mash are?
No.
Oh, it's like sausage and potatoes. It's not, yeah.
You mean pong?
No, not quite.
Pong toss. What is it called?
Poontang? What? Poontang. Poutine? What is it?
I don't know. It was something from Big Show.
Oh, I don't know. Poutine maybe? I don't know.
Po and
I think
Cho.
that's Irish. Oh, I think that was Irish what I was talking about. Who knows?
Po and Cho. It's Po
Yep.
and Cho.
All right, let's check back in with our leader, Josh, who Jesse is still getting chased with under a second, keeping him honest. And don't know if he's just hanging out there for a while, maybe saving some fuel, saving some tires for the latter part of the race, or if he's really giving it all he's got to catch up with him, as Michael moving up 11 spots to get about 5 seconds back from those guys. So we'll keep an eye on that time, see how we're doing. And of course, Andrew trying to make up some time on Justin, unfortunately, who still has a broken hand. So that's why he's still running that livery that says, "Please beware, be careful." That he is. Oh wait, Michael goes into second spot.
2 seconds.
Yep. Don't know what happened to Bradley, but Michael moves into second. So grabs another spot up there. But wait a minute. Josh fell. Josh went from first to fourth. Not sure how that happened. Is our timing and scoring correct? Nope, there it is. Nope, he is actually back there. That's crazy. We'll have to find out what happened to him. So I gotta get this replay thing going.
I'm sorry about that noise. It's my sister Cassie playing her music all the way to 100.
All right, so let's go on and let's catch up to Chris Wells, who is closing in on Junie. And let's talk about Chris here for a second, or as Lexi likes to call him.
Crispy?
Yes.
And Charles.
Yes, and Charles. Crispy Charles Chips, if you guys are dating yourselves, or I'm dating myself, if you guys remember that. So Chris has been working real hard on his sim every week, and this week in particular was really putting in some great times. And I think he was running some 148s in there as well. So doing a great job, and I know he's trying really hard and getting a lot of patience, and also is driving very clean too as well, which is nice. So he's not wrecking, and is getting a lot better results here lately.
Should I go down the leaderboard now?
I don't know. Do you want to go down the leaderboard?
Well, it's been like a long time. I should have done it about 8 minutes ago.
Oh no, Tom is going topless. Put a shirt on, buddy.
Put a shirt on! Oh my goodness, what happened to him?
I don't know. You must have had a
He's black. He's covered in ink.
Yeah, he must have had a little bit of wreck. I'm pretty sure he'll hit the pits this time. And lap 8, he could probably go in and pit and get his one pit stop over for the race and get some of that. There he goes right in there to the pit. So he'll be organized. So Kevin Medina making up a spot there, going into 16th as Tom goes into a very early pit. So he'll have to hold on to his tires and hopefully not fuel save to go through. As Matt Jackson goes through as well into 17th past Tom. Zane in the back of the pack had a lap 3 off, dropped a wheel on the grass and on the big sweeper, and unfortunately wrecked the front of his car and had to go to the pit early. So he'll be at the back of the race for quite some time. What you got, Lex? You want to go down the leaderboard now?
Yeah, and I want to say a few things what you did once.
Oh boy.
Jesse.
I'm going to start drinking then.
Okay. Jesse Olsen, who always wins races, who has probably practiced a lot. Michael, know nothing about him.
He's from Tennessee.
Bradley, very funny and really creative, who's won my Lexi Contest Award about 1,000,000 times.
Yes.
Josh Real, great driver. Justin Hall, good guy. Hope his arms feels better with his dogs. Andrew, great guy. Eric, funny?
Definitely funny.
Okay.
He is the master king of all
Jokes.
fun puns and dad jokes.
Well, you're the master of that jokes.
Well, we Eric and I share a lot, and everyone just rolls their eyes when we get together.
Rude. Daniel. Like Daniel Tiger.
Daniel the Tiger?
Yeah. Bjorn.
He's German.
German.
Yes.
You're from German.
Yes. Volle ons du hameraka Frau.
You speak it?
9. All right, keep going.
Okay. Dean. Great driver. Nicholas.
He's the oval guy.
He's the oval guy. Brian.
Yep.
What's Bonus's car?
The blue one.
Great guy car. Banana Man. Slippy Slatty. The slip through this race and win yourself to the finish line. Junie Thompson loves Burger King, sitting in a baby seat. Baby car seat with glasses and looking like a weirdo. Chris Wells, very crispy. I was thinking of that. Kevin.
Say that. Try to pronounce that last name.
Kevin Madeline.
Close. Medida.
Medina.
Yep.
Medina.
Medida. Matata. Medida.
Matata.
Ain't no worries if your name is Kevin. Okay. All right, I need to stop drinking.
No, you're fine. I love it this way. Have you ever been drunk before?
No, never.
New guy. Probably like the greatest uncle ever. Tom Jessen.
Yep.
Great driver. Zane, the best dad in the world, and the greatest commentary partner.
Well, thank you.
Where am I?
Oh, Aaron's not in, and Justin's not in.
Wait, where's JG?
JD couldn't make it this week.
Oh, because I was about to say JD, the guy with the magazine. But if you're watching this, you know I said your name. JG, who owns a magazine.
Well, he writes for the magazine, but
Yeah.
yes. And he works on all his own cars, and he has a lot of birds, like ducks and parrots that help him.
Yeah, if that didn't take too long, go ahead. Also, there we go. Halfway.
There
Because
we
you know
go.
there's an extra round.
Okay, so now that we're halfway, and you're doing a good job of going down the leaderboard, Matt Jackson just made up a spot. There he goes on Kevin Medida. But you haven't given out points yet, and it's already halfway.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what about 1100,000?
Wow, that's a lot of ink you got to write down on a piece of paper, a lot of zeros you got to type.
No. What if, should I screw it up one like 1100,000 million?
Oh, that's still a lot.
Or I think I'll stick with the 100,000.
Really?
Sure.
Okay.
Is it too? Oh, that's a creepy dragon goblin.
Or is it a rat?
That'll be
I
creepy.
don't know.
I think it was tiny.
Yep, Chris Wells putting in his fastest lap of 150.3. So I'm sure that time is even going to go down even more the more it goes through the race and burns off some of that weight, which is fuel balanced right now. Oh, and there he goes. He just went past Banana Man.
I have a question.
Just one question?
Yeah. Even though it's kind of racing, but like, did you ever have a pet when you were young?
Well, considering that I grew up having cattle on a farm, yes, I had lots of pets.
Oh yeah. I would have had a but I still have a great life where I am.
Do you have any pets?
Well, my whole family owns 2 cats. Used to have 5. Yeah, because we had 3.
Do they drive?
No, but for my own pet, I was thinking a robo.
A robot?
A robo.
A rowboat?
A robo.
I have
Robo.
Robocop?
No. No. Wait. It was that, but erase the cop.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well,
a robo.
I still have no idea.
They're like
what
tiny
you're talking
things.
about.
They're like tiny cute things. I think they're all white, and some of them do this. So we went to the pet store. There was one is a female robo.
Are we talking about racing?
So, okay. But this is the funny part. He kept running and putting his hands on the window, and then Mom just made a flat thing and kept going in that space. It was hilarious.
Is this the little thing that went nuts? Oh, somehow the Wi-Fi is not connected, which is weird because I don't have Wi-Fi on my PC. All right, so can we talk about racing again?
Yes, I love.
All right, so we
racing.
have some things. So we have here comes Daniel. He is on a charge, trying to get 7th spot from Eric as we ride on the bumper of Eric and have a great shot as we go through. But you know what? I think we just went through a section, so we'll wait a little bit and maybe ride with him, with either him or Josh in one of these Mercedes, so you guys can hear exactly what they're saying.
How about Greg and I commentate?
Are you going to commentate about the race, or are you going to commentate about robo things? I'm just wondering.
So we are at the back of Jim Dimball.
Dibdall.
Dibdall. That was close.
He's the 13-year-old driver.
13.
Yep.
You're my sister Cass's age, who always brings us cookies or brownies.
Whoa, and he's sliding out. Oh, okay. I was about to say he was sliding out a little bit, but he was just trying to get that back then turn so he can get into pit lane and maybe, jump in front so we can get some clean air to go through with that. So let's check on Junie. Looks like he's got a little bit of race going as Nicholas. So people are starting to jump into pit lane now as we get into lap 13. And so Tom, is already pitted, so he should have been fine with having to go through. And so Junie moves up a couple spots as he passes Daniel, Dean, and Nicholas as they go into the pits. So that also gives Chris Wells some spots going up as well. There he goes, up to 12th spot. All right, so Bradley, here we are again. Now keep coming back to Bradley. There's Zane pulling off to the side, making sure he gets out of the way of the leaders. After his crash, he was at the back of the pack, so just want to make sure he does not mess up anybody's race. And Bradley is getting close as he's putting the pressure on Michael ever so slightly, a little bit here and there. And of course, they're in definitely equal cars. I'm sure the setup is not equal, but then again, their driving styles are not equal either, which is nice. So they can tailor, over 100 different things and settings on these cars, just as you would a real car, and try to, make it work for you and the way you like to drive the car. Some people, want a little bit of understeer, some people want a little bit of oversteer, some people want a neutral feeling. So it all depends on how you want it set up. Some people like high downforce, some people like slippery loose cars, who knows? But all depends on which way you want to set it up, which way you think is fast and feel good for you. All right, so Dean is back out of the pits and giving chase to Daniel again. There he is. Definitely has a handle of that R8, and I can tell you, one of my favorite cars. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm an Audi guy, but the Audi R8 to drive and race is quite a handful. So Bjorn and Brian putting in their fastest laps as they chase each other, trying to get into, as they're both just breaking into the top 10.
Should I give out more points?
I don't know. Do you think it's time to give out more points?
I don't know. It's all 14. Should I? But I'll give out a little more. Okay. Add the 1,100,000 with 400.
Close 400? That's a good one.
How much is that?
All right, so there's Bjorn. It's also very nice too when some of these guys do keep the same livery throughout the year, because it makes it easier to commentate, because sometimes you never know who has what car or what who changed up, and you just got to look at the timing scoring on the bottom left hand corner. Matt Jackson moves up to 13th place as Chris Wells goes into the pits on lap 14. Dean looking racy again, so we'll definitely give him a shot. I know we keep coming back to him, but he's one of the closer ones. And there goes Nicholas past Chris Wells as he goes past the pit. So here we are with a little bit of race. Kevin Medina, I believe, is lapped traffic. So Jesse Olsen, a 1:46.7. Definitely a lot faster than Michael and Bradley, who just threw in his fastest time of 1:47 flat. So Jesse is out in front again. Hopefully Josh's car is not damaged by whatever happened to him while he fell back to 4th place, but he is definitely keeping pace up there. And Justin Hall, the one-man band driver, is still doing some 1:49. So Eric is going to the pit, and Bjorn and Brian. So the mid-pack guys are now heading into the race, as Dean has now caught up to Daniel, who's really turned it on this year, showing a lot of top 10 finishes, which is absolutely great. And looks like he's still in with that AMG quite a bit. as Dean goes a little wide, trying to get as much corner speed out of that car, and tries to go through on the inside as they come through the front straight. And let's go ahead and maybe take a lap inside.
Blinky's back.
Oh no.
What's wrong with that? Blinky.
All right, so looking to the inside through Maggins and Beggins. Oh, that's a tough spot to do that through as you go through, and this is kind of like not decreasing radius, but I mean, it definitely, each corner gets tighter and you have to slow down before getting on the gas. You're back through here for the longest straight as you're coming up and over the pedestrian bridge. Not the cars, but people go up and over. So there's Daniel defending his line, and Dean wants to take the outside line, is going to try to do the under-over as the Mercedes has to take a little bit slower line, but hangs it out wide and defends the inside for the next corner. Coming up, but Dean definitely wants to get in there, as there's no way they can go too wide on this one. And again, Dean taking some time to going through. Now this is a lot of patience to do. A lot of mid-engine cars want to slide out through this corner here. You can see Dean a little bit of counter oversteer. They're trying to make up for it to keep that back in right in first. So the leaders are pitting now. First, second, third are all in pit lane. Fourth and fifth, so the top 5 guys are out in pit. Let's see if they end up coming out in the same order that they went in. So it's like they're still moving in. So Jesse, Josh, Bradley. So Michael's still in second. So everyone stays as is. Everyone has a nice clean pit stop, which is nice. So I wonder if these guys are going to go into the pit this time. Whoa, hanging it way out there. Had to get out of the gas just a little bit to save it. So that way, so we lost a little bit of ground going through there. And let's check on Bjorn as he's giving chase to Brian. There he goes around turn 1. That way, you can take that corner a couple of different ways, just because of the amount of speed that it is in some of these cars. You can jam down to third gear and kind of let the transmission slow you down just a little bit to try to keep some grip on the rear tires from sliding out, or you can keep it in fourth and try to use it as a momentum type of turn through there. As Kevin Medina very politely lets the guys go by and continue their race as they're going through as well. So looking very racing with Nicholas Vincent, and these guys, from what they understand, they said something about, I don't know, being connected with a diaper or a string or something. I have no idea.
Did you just say diaper?
They've, I don't know, sharing the same pair of pants. I'm not sure.
That's disgusting.
They said they were maybe at the same time. I don't know. But they
can't
did.
Imagine.
I can't imagine either. They probably borrowed one of my pair of pants because they're big. But these guys are just all the practicing that they do before the race. Actually, in the race, they run very similar lap time, so they do end up finding themselves, close to each other as we're closing in at the end of the race here. It's getting close, and we just have a couple good races. So Dean is still on the back end of Daniel through there. And AMG is definitely holding its own. He's real close, and Dean getting on the gas keeps it on the track this time. So if we get a better run. One thing about the AMG, it does feel heavier, unfortunately, but it is deceptively fast. When you drive it, you feel like you're 5 seconds slower, and then you see your lap time, and it's actually quicker than some of the other cars, which is really weird the way they have designed that car and the programming, for the actual wheel. So we have the fastest race going on right here, the quickest race, I'd say, for the least amount of gap in between these two guys as they go through. All right, looks like he's going to mount a move. He got some of the grapple going on the outside, getting ready to turn in, but Daniel is had to get out of the gas a little bit because Daniel's taking a little bit of line. So, man, these guys are going close. So there goes Dean. So Dean backs out again, trying to make another run as he goes through, takes a little bit wider arc, gets some more speed. Now they're going side by side, going through that section. And Dean is having a hard time keeping the back end of that car to get the power down.
The diaper is getting smaller.
No, that's not these guys. That's the other guys.
Oh, what these guys? Well, their diaper's getting
Yeah, they are going side by side through everything. I hope they don't hit each other. So there's Dean squeezing that Audi R8 through just on the inside of the curb as they come in through the small section of S's before they're back in here for the first turn in the stadium section.
Can I pick someone to stay with?
Well, you better hurry up. Whoa, there goes, oh man, tags the back end of that Audi just a little bit, got in there a little bit hot. But obviously, you know, Dean being a, you know, seasoned driver, you know, caught that, and Daniel also being a very seasoned and nice driver, did not take advantage of that and pass him. So he kept that up there. So now we got Brian into the mix of all this as well. There he is. So we got to get a shot of Andrew's car so you can talk about something. And let's get the right. There we go.
Oh, and marshmallows for dessert.
Marshmallows for dessert.
I should have thought about later.
All right, so the first top of the podium, guys, we got Jesse Olsen in the lead, Michael 4 seconds back, and Bradley a second and a half back from Michael. I'm sure he is trying to mount some sort of attack as they go through, and we're gonna jump in here for just a little bit. Just hear that ginormous engine going to work. If this was NASCAR, this would be one of those times where they say, you know, crank it up. Is that what they say? Yeah, she's nodding her head. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to finish off this bourbon. How about you talk for a little bit?
Okay, everybody is doing great. We are closing up. We are on lap 19, just 2 more laps to go, 2.5 laps to go. Yeah. John Wheeler is doing great. And Jesse Olsen has not moved 1 minute.
Nope, Justin Hall put in his fastest lap of 1:47.7. I saved a little bit for the victory lap.
Okay, why
Or
does
the
that
donut
say
part.
green flag?
Because I gotta fix that. I gotta be able to, that's part of the whole replay thing I gotta work on. Alright, Bjorn also putting in his fastest lap of 1:48. So the guys are starting to burn off this fuel and let the car loose a little bit. Jimmy with a 1:48.4. And Brian, so are still trying to get some spots. There he goes, working on Dean there to try to grab 8th spot. So he wants to get a little bit higher inside the top 10 for these guys. Looks like Zane and Matt.
You guys?
Yep, battle of the mid-engines here. The archaic Ford and the scalpel of an R8 for these guys. And well, they're slowing you down. Not really sure what's going on here. Oh, they're letting Jesse through. All right, so the leader came through. So these guys politely got over to the side, so they will resume their racing as they go through. And one of the things, I mean, obviously that's great about this league is the gentleman sportsmanship that everyone has for each other, for the most part, 99% of the time. That we don't really have to curb a lot of these guys going through. So Zane using a lot of, speaking of curb, Zane using a lot of curb going through there on both sides. Really wants to get past Matt Jackson and try to grab another spot. And we know that these guys are best buds, so it's really more about bragging rights. So Zane goes to the outside, takes it through, gets on the gas, and it looks like he is going as the drag race down the back stretch. And who's going to be the battle of the late breakers as they both are on the binders. And Zane gets in a little bit early with a little more corner speed, adds it through, and Matt may have just given him some space so they don't take each other out. So there's Jesse there on the last lap with Michael and Bradley in the background. Bradley's still about 1.5 seconds back going through, and Junie is trying to work on Daniel for a last spot through there. But I also know that Jesse, there he goes, going through the stadium section one last time. Here we are at the white flag, last couple corners. right here through the stadium section. 3 more corners, and he will have himself another race win for the Martin Sports Car Club team, who is currently tied right now for the team championship between all the groups with the Tennessee region with 121 points, but that will probably change depending on how everybody comes out. So in the team points, they take the first and second highest drivers from each of the team and combine their points, and that's how they make an inter-team championship. And across the finish line, Jesse Olsen, your winner at Silverstone for week number 3, with Michael Cochran in second and Bradley Alvis rounding out the podium in 3rd spot.
That's not the only thing she won.
She?
Sorry.
He.
I'm so sorry. I want to bonk my head on the wall now.
I thought we got rid of that last season.
I'm sorry.
All right, Justin Hall comes in 6th, Andrew in 5th, Josh in 4th. I wish we had a replay of seeing what happened to him, how he was able to unfortunately drop back from the lead. Eric and Dean had a little bit of race going on there for a bit. For 7th and 8th, Bjorn in 9th. Brian is getting ready to cross the line right here in 10th. With Daniel, oh, there goes Daniel, and so Brian looks like he'd just gone off through pit lane. Not sure why he had to go into pit lane through the last flag, why it says that, not sure. Oh, you know what, he might have had I know what happened to him. He actually overcooked it in the last corner, and he spun a little bit and ended up going towards pit lane and lost a couple spots there, but he did officially finish across the finish line there, which is good. So good for him. So we still have Chris Wells and Nicholas, and it looks like Nicholas will win this week between these two guys.
Aaron? Wait, I thought he was out. He's in pit.
I think he's been in pit for quite some time. So that is everybody that has gone through. Yep, everyone has a checkered flag by their name.
Okay. Well, except for Justin Barrera and Aaron Nash.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, they did not make the entire race. So Chris Wells and Nicholas having a close battle there towards the end. But our biggest mover this week is Michael Cochran, making up 12 spots to come in 2nd place on the podium. There he goes.
That's funny. So guess who won my Lexicard Sport? You already know, don't you?
No, actually, I don't know. Who was it?
Jesse.
Jesse did?
Yeah. I mean, Cassie would like it.
Because of the gummy bears?
Yeah, she loves gummy bears. She's in love with them. Oh, but also I like it.
All right, so we'll take a quick look at the results here. Once again, Jesse with another win for the Martin Sports Car Club. Michael Cochran in 2nd for the Tennessee region SCCA. And Bradley Alvis for Shut Up and Drive It, rounding out the podium there, followed by the rest of the group. So happy to see everybody here, and whoops, I'm on the wrong button again.
Wait, what'd you do?
There we go. I want to get all the way to the end so everyone can see where they ended up. So most everybody kept on track, just quite a bit. So thank you very much for joining us. Next week, we will be at Hockenheim, which is a brand new track to iRacing and a brand new track for us as well. It's very tight, twisty, and then a lot of first gear corners. So I would not want to miss that if you like to see a lot of the action. So what do you got to say to finish up there, Lexi?
Goodbye, everyone. Skula. It's a language me and Charlotte made up.
Okay, well, maybe Charlotte will come and do the commentary too. All right, thank you again, and we will see you next week.